Sorry, Glenn. Thank you very much, Glenn. Good morning, everyone. Chair of Senlic Board, Ms. Ellen Tise, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lindy Wesoizwapi, Deputy Chair of the Senlic Board and Director of the Department of Library Services at the University of Pretoria. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to this Senlic Conference of 2023. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all our guests and colleagues who've traveled far and near to be here with us today. I'd also like to extend a word of warm welcome to all colleagues joining us online. Also a word of welcome to all our partners here with us today and all the exhibitors. We appreciate the partnership and working together. The topic for the conference this year is breaking the mold, change, disruption, and reflection. And we're trusting to have the next 2.5 days that are going to be engaging and also to give us new possibilities for the future. So I'd like to invite our first speaker for this morning, the Chair of the Senlic Board and Senior Director of Library of Information Sciences at the University of Stellenbosch. Please help me welcome Ms. Ellen Tise.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Lindiwe, and then also good morning to all of you, those who are here in the room with us and those that are joining us online. So in line of some of the discussions that we will be having over the next 2 days and then also yesterday, I got some help from a tool to help me welcome you this morning. And I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to leave it to you to decide which parts of my speech was actually assisted by these new tools that we have around. And Lindiwe actually already also helped me with some of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, scholars and researchers, distinguished guests and avid learners, welcome to the 2023 Senlic Conference. It is with great pleasure and excitement that I welcome you to this remarkable event with our theme, Breaking the Mold, Change, Disruption, Reflection. So this is our first conference, face-to-face conference since 2019. I'd like to acknowledge all our speakers, and then particularly also the members of the board who are with us, Lindiwe, Maria, Daisy, Shalene, Zanele, Glenn, and then also the other Senlic staff, members of the conference committee that assisted with the planning, Wynand van der Walt from Rhodes University, Joanne King from WITS, Dora Ackerman from Central University of Technology, and I know there's one other person from UCT, I think, but I couldn't remember her name. And then Connie Bitzer, who was the chair from Fort Hare University, but she unfortunately cannot join us here this week. Also a special welcome to 2 of our international speakers who had traveled from the Netherlands and the UK to participate in person, namely Arjan Skalken and Malavika Legger. I hope I said your surname correctly. So every second year, Senlic, and we think it's from around 2009, hosts a member conference. Initially started off primarily for e-resources librarians. However, it has changed over the last couple of years, and this year's conference, for example, will be of particular interest, not only to e-resources librarians, of course, to all librarians, library directors, research office practitioners, and especially as we are in this era where we're managing the transition to open access publishing. It is therefore an ideal opportunity for all of them to come together, in general, together share, learn about the latest developments in our field, and particularly the areas that Senlic focus on, and also to have fun. This is according to Glenn. I hope you will have fun as well. Change and disruption is commonplace for academic and research libraries. Fake news and digital pollution makes it hard to analyze what is really happening and accordingly to adjust well to the change. As we know, with the impact of the fourth industrial revolution, we have war. We're very much aware, and not just Ukraine and Russia, many other parts in the world as well. Climate changes, here we're looking at drought, floods, fires that we have experienced all over the world, also here in our own country. Load shedding, of course, this is very unique to us. COVID, new work demands, to name a few. It is indeed a mad hatter's party for academic and research library. As we transition towards open access, work structured purely around the subscription paradigm requires new ways of working to be figured out. Incorporating reading and publishing services, as well as researcher support, require rethink of the roles played by libraries and research offices in relation to the research cycle. In the past 3 years, as I'm sure most of you are aware, SANLIC had signed agreements with 14 publishers that offer discounts on article processing charges, and in some cases allow authors to publish open access without paying APCs. In 2023, in case you wonder, what do we SANLIC do with your, SANLIC does with the membership fees and service fees that you're paying. So in 2023, over 4,400 hybrid journals and 550 fully open access journals have been added to the list of journals where South African publishers, of course, those that subscribe to these titles, databases can publish fully OA without APCs, bringing the total to more than 7,300 hybrid journals opened up as a result of these transformational agreements. What this means is that in 2023, South African authors can now publish fully OA without APCs in more than half of all the subscription journals that member institutions subscribe to. Just for this year, from January to March 2023, SANLIC members, making use of this benefit, our publishing output as a result, and this is SANLIC members, as a result of these agreements, amounts to 415 articles. And the estimated values of the article processing fees for this in USD is about 1,212,039 Rand. So in today's exchange, with today's exchange rate, that amounts to 23,309,691 Rand. So we've made progress, but I have to say we shouldn't get too excited when we hear how much we have benefited, because remember, we're still paying this. It is just that they just shifted some of the funds that we pay for our normal subscriptions. And in 2 weeks' time, myself, the CEO of USAF, and 2 representatives from the NRF will be attending the 16th Berlin Conference in Berlin, in Germany. And one of the main things that we're going to discuss is that we want to move completely away from this traditional way in which we're still paying, and that we move completely to just paying for publishing fees, and that we have to consider how we're going to do this, because this in itself is also not sustainable. So it's not like we've got now extra money, but there is certainly a benefit. So as we've heard, the conference seeks to explore the main theme, breaking the mold, change, disruption, reflection, through presentations, discussions, and posters. And of course, we're looking at the following aspects: exploring disruption and understanding the impact, open science in the library, informing, measuring, and demonstrating value, forming and optimizing relationships, tools, skills, and competencies for librarians. So, again, this is probably not my own words. Let the next 3 days be a time of inspiration, where we exchange ideas, engage in stimulating conversations, and kindle the flames of intellectual curiosity. Let this be a period of empowerment, where we equip ourselves with the tools, skills, which we will hear from our keynote speaker, and strategy to breaking the mold, overcome challenges, amplify our impact, and ascend to new heights. We look forward to the engagement. Enjoy the conference. And with that, I declare the 2023 Stanley Conference open. Thank you.